That was all.
I share this information with the group at some point.
We immediately have 5 follow-up questions that you cannot answer.
No.
Well, I think that Death Star spends the better part of the day in the library brushing up on old tones.
Yes.
So that leaves the rest of the group to do any sort of prep of their own. For example, if you want to do the quest, or not do the quest, but prepare for the quest from Elandine, or let's see, one of the things that you want to do. Talk to the mage about the clones, or I don't know. Search for Jason.
I can buy myself a new sword.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. Let's see how much that will cost you.
You rich bastard.
I would probably ask Samum to join me, since I assume he's better at the haggling thing.
Wasn't Alexandra a blacksmith?
Yeah, but she doesn't have the time to make me a new sword. That takes time and effort.
But it would be such a romantic thing.
In the long run, she should be able to make you a sword, right?
Yeah, but I feel like kind of naked without my huge ass sword.
Your huge ass feels naked. I get it.
Yes.
So you have like a medieval greatsword, right?
It's a talwar, a great shamshir. So according to the book, it costs 55 crowns.
55 currency.
Yes, I think it's crowns.
That doesn't seem that expensive.
No,
Not for adventurers.
not for me.
I mean, I couldn't afford it before, but I would totally be able to do it now.
But I am trying to save up 4,000 crowns to buy a Quefflem craft coat. But, you know.
That sounds a bit like overspending.
Well, they don't get made anymore, so they're all artifacts of the Age of Wonders. So that's why they cost a lot.
So you'll never be able to actually buy it. You're supposed to find those things.
No, you can buy those for 4,000 gold.
But yeah, so I basically drag someone to. I ask Alex where you could find a good weaponsmith. I say, I know you are a good weaponsmith, but you don't. I want a sword now, not in a month.
Okay.
If this was for one of our LARPs, Alex, you could totally make me a sword, but since we have stuff to do, you don't have the time.
There's on the what level are you on? On like the 4th?
No, we're far down. We're like on the 30th or something.
I keep counting from the wrong direction.
Yeah. You had us believing we were like almost royalty.
I'm sorry.
Was it just the guild address is 28 East.
Dude, I could have been almost royalty. I was invited to stay at the palace.
So anyway, on the 26th circle level, there is a square which is surrounded by guild halls, and so it is quite common for weapons and armor merchants to set up their stalls on the said square.
Okay. Well,
There's also shops
I drag Samum along with me.
Yeah. So you make your way up to these markets for adventurers, and you do find a sword that is to your liking. It's nicely balanced. It is a little ornated, but definitely practical, and it sits well in your hand. It is taken to your liking. Unfortunately, the Uferwem, which would be what?
Rude.
The rude merchant asked for a price of 100 crowns for it.
I balk because like 100 crowns.
This was like in the bargain bin. Really, my good man, you can do a lot better than that. Clearly, look at this nick and this little buckle. This is not worth nearly 100. Now, clearly, 40 would be more appropriate, seeing as it's clearly worn and torn. I mean, we're almost making you a favor taking it off your hands. Scrap metal is basically what it is. A huge chunk of scrap metal.
On the divine of commerce and crafting, you do not know a word of which you speak. This fine blade, this great deal. You must be truly blind to not recognize such qualities. Anyways, I do want you to roll. What?
The only reason to why it looks blunt is because it was stuck to a stone. Don't you see it says Excalibur?
I do want you to roll for haggling, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Versus a difficulty of 5 if you need to know.
You need to know? Oh.
I don't have any assets or anything like that. Let's see if I have.
You want a fast talk or something?
I'm just gonna.
Does this fall under trickery, Adam?
Spin identity.
No, it doesn't really. Does it? I mean, it's not, unless...
I was mostly kidding.
Fast talk would be like you convince a creature to take one reasonable action on the next round, so it's not really.
Lower the price.
But is that reasonable to a merchant? Like, if we're only buying one thing.
Well, it is reasonable to make a sale. I mean, maybe not go down to 40, but go down from 100 to maybe 70. That would be a reasonable, because if he knows 100 is something no one in their right mind would pay.
Well,
That's up for the DM to decide.
Well, I mean, are you not trained in anything else?
I am trained in haggling. I'm trained in lies, trickery, illusions, persuading, appraisal, detecting lies or someone withholding the truth.
Definitely haggling, right?
Yeah. So I was just.
Appraisal? I mean.
Well, would you let me do just an appraisal roll quickly to see if I can actually determine if it's like the super sword of doom?
Absolutely. But it's not. I mean, just the fact that you have trained in appraisal sort of tells you that, this is a good sword. It's new. It's probably not seen battle yet, so it's, sharp and in good condition. It also seems to be a little bit, it's a expert blacksmith that's crafted it, not some novice. But it's definitely not worth anywhere, near 100. It's worth maybe a little above the average price of 45. Maybe it's worth 50.
The average price is 55, so 60.
50, so 60. Maybe it's worth 60. Thanks.
Well, meh. I'll spend the 2 effort.
Ooh, most kind.
Because, this is a matter of pride. Because I'm going to roll a 1 now.
Of course.
What did I roll?
3.
See?
You know what? I will spend the next P for that, since it's for my sake.
Yeah.
You're not going to roll better, but,
Woohoo!
Twice as good! Totally worth it.
Well, you succeeded at
Yeah.
least.
If you had rolled a 1, you would have cut yourself on the sword going like, this isn't even sharp!
Right, so after, a bit of back and forth with the merchant, you managed to actually get the price down to 60.
I'll buy it for 60.
Feel free to design any details on this sword that you feel are appropriate.
It needs a name.
Yeah.
The Bane of Jason.
Jason Bane. That's the worst
Really
name
big
ever.
stick.
Really
Biggest-
sharp stick.
Biggest, thickest.
Hey! Being a nerd character-ish, not really, not at all actually, but since you like LARPing, maybe you should call it like Vorpal Sword or what's the Holy Avenger, right? Any sort of Dungeons and Dragons famous weapons.
The Sword of Thor.
Sweet. weird.
Yeah, he'll probably name it something very silly.
Sword name generator. Oh, this is gonna be great.
There's a sword name generator?
Yes, there is. Famous sword. The crown blades of Cormafor, Feyduster, God's Bane, Icing Death, and Twinkle.
Those are probably from R.A. Salvatore. I think those are swords of Dristor.
Kazidahea, Moonblades, Karsomir. Karsomir I've had. A powerful Holy Avenger from Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Amd. Actually, Karsomir is a pretty cool name.
Yeah.
There's the Silver Sword of Gift.
The Gif Yankee. Yeah, they don't like when you steal those swords.
No shit. And then we have some generated names like Requiem of the Lost, Lightbane, Shadowsteel, Mended Quickblade, Misfortune's Claimer, Frail Obsidian Rapier, Unholy Iron Skewer, Silverlight, Slicer of the End, Doomblade, Hope of Torment, Amnesia, Reaver of Diligence. They kept just getting worse.
Call it in your faces.
No, I will call it Karsamir, the Holy Avenger from Baldur's Gate. Because
Nerd!
Add a little like +3 at the end. Or...
That's 5, yo.
plus 6.
Oh. That's not canon.
Yes, it is. Infernal Ball. Yeah, Adam, you don't have, no matter how much you look at me like that, you can literally make it a +6 item.
But Max is supposed to be +5.
It's the Holy Avenger. It breaks
Breaks the rules, apparently.
Yes. For a lawful good item, it breaks the rules. I feel better about myself now. It felt weird having my sword broken like that. I was like, what the fuck?
So basically, you bought your Audi convertible.
Except this is more useful.
Well, I mean, an Audi, it takes you places. I mean, I'm not gonna argue because it's pointless.
It might not be able to drive into the night.
Vault. No, yeah.
But yeah.
You can drive the sword into a night demon.
Yeah. But yeah, so this probably takes. I'm probably looking at Salmum and the merchant haggle for like an hour. You know, the last 5 minutes was the merchant saying 59 and Salmum saying 61 until they both give up on 60.
No, the other way around.
Other way around, obviously, yeah.
No, we were both so confused. At one point, we were like,
Duck season! Rabbit season!
Yeah, exactly.
I was actually just completely remembered now because I've completely forgotten before. So obviously the remembrance now is complete that Mira had a holy quest bestowed upon her. You remember?
That wasn't that holy of a quest. The queen wanted to find her mother, and then she went like, meh.
What? Who went meh?
Anna went meh because I was saying that I probably only get to ask one question from the oracle, and Ur wanted it to be about the night vault, and she went like, yeah, you can ask a question about the night vault, and if you get a second question, you can ask her about my mom. And I just told you, you only get one.
No, it was the other way around. She said that you have to ask a question about her mom, and if you get a second one, you can ask about the night vault.
That's not how I remember it.
Does anybody remember anything?
Yes, I remember that it was like you just said.
Yeah, I don't think she was quite so meh. She
was quite adamant about that.
She was drunk.
Yeah, well, that's true. But this is now, since it is to my benefit, it is now a democratic vote and you lose.
Fine. But if anyone is watching the old videos and I'm right, I demand them to use it.
Well, Mira. Sorry. Mira? Mira. You know, I would really like you to get an answer as to where my mother is. And I don't know how I could possibly convince you. I mean, You feel you can stay at my court as a handmaiden or anything like that?
I'm sorry, is that supposed to bribe me into wanting to ask the oracle where your mom is?
Yes? That's terrible.
Well, fine, if my friend wants to know where her mom is, I'm gonna ask her about that. Because obviously the other people are gonna find information in the library. Because my knowledge knows this. Well, I wasn't really planning on doing the question before I knew whatever. I mean, I know that Death Star is in the library researching this. I'm gonna wait. That's not metagaming. I'm spending my early afternoon or how long we now slept on doing my debunking of magic in this world.
That's gonna go
Didn't
great.
you actually have to go and meet the oracle to ask that question, or do you
No,
just
I
do
have a
ritual in your room?
meditation thingy.
Okay.
I take this pill.
Actually, it's what was a starfruit, right?
I lick this frog.
I was just thinking that if anything, this was a bit of a nerd rage. It was awesome.
After I've helped Ur with this, I actually figured I would spend the day looking for tracks of what's his name, Jason.
Yes. Okay, but right.
I would join you on
The
your
Jason
quest.
thing before we do the meditation thing.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Well, since he didn't, I don't remember him having any actual books in his room, or all that much in there except for those two candles. I figured I would go around asking like other merchants, the few fences I know in town, about since he seemed to be like moving a lot of goods, or at least magical goods, to sell to this guy. I'm guessing he's sort of more of a middleman, than he's not actually getting it himself. He's buying it from someone, or maybe from multiple someones, and then selling it to this guy.
so
I'm sort of looking for like the paper trail.
Ask your mage friend.
sorry,
Hmm?
who?
Oh
Your
yeah,
middle-aged.
yeah, maybe I could.
Vasoni?
He wants
Sorry.
me to ask the mage that looks like me.
All right. He
Give
can
us.
give you a piece of advice for a point of XP.
Is it a good piece of advice, or is it like always brush your teeth?
It's a good piece of advice that will. It's a lead.
Sure.
All right. Then we need to subtract a piece of XP from you.
This is completed. No, where am I? There I am.
I think you should bring a mage to the warehouse where he disappeared. Like an investigative mage.
So not Dave.
I don't know. No, Dave is trained in Arcana.
Yeah.
He'd be good. I don't know if Mira would be good. I don't have her skills memorized.
I only sense strange things.
You don't have any magical skills otherwise?
Well, sure, but those are attack powers.
Oh.
I don't reflect that much. I could set the house on fire.
That can be helpful in a different situation.
I would go in there and go like, well, this wouldn't burn.
So you're more of an executive mage.
Oh, way of putting
Well,
it.
I guess we will bring Dave to do that.
I am
He's
more
done
of
his-
an executional mage.
After he's done his research and I've like chased my paper trail, but he's busy for like today.
Yeah.
But that's definitely a thing for us to check out.
Nice mess.
Right here. Part.
All right. So you're chasing a paper trail, asking around different merchant on fences, giving them Jason's description and the specification that he's been looking for rare magical ingredients and stuff that isn't that common. I don't know. I'm just repeating myself now.
Well, the thing is, mostly I'm looking for like people that know him, or if they know that, like, if I ask, like, well, he's buying in this, you know, if he's been buying of any of your colleagues or anyone in your guild. And then I want to ask people like, do you know where he is? Because he's missing. So I'm not like trying to get like exact figures of how much he's been buying or whatnot.
Absolutely.
So I'm going with him, but I'm not like going into the conversations. I'm mostly staying in the periphery and keeping a lookout for trouble and or Jason.
The people that want to kill me for being on the trail.
Yeah. Or for looking like someone who had sex with someone's spouse.
He does that all the time.
Yeah.
I don't even get to do the deed.
I don't know why, but now I imagine you looking like Dandelion. Because that's like literally how a person that would sleep with someone's spouse looks like.
It's
Yeah.
maybe less poofy.
And less pink.
I'm just... Basically, this isn't particularly difficult. I mean, it's a task difficulty of 1.
Okay.
Follow him around.
I put some effort into it.
Yeah,
Yay!
you have persuasion.
Yeah, but it's not persuading. It's basically contact. He's trying to find the. Sorry.
No, just like it feels like he's persuading people to give him information. So
The thing is that the people don't mind giving the information. Yeah, but
I feel perfectly fine putting some effort into getting information.
no, just finding the
One
right
intelligence. I'll live with it.
Do you know something? Who asked you?
Actually, you found a fence that deals only in magical ingredients, illegal magical ingredients, rare, uncommon magical ingredients, things you wouldn't find in the market. The sun has gone down by the time you've finished your quest, and you meet him in a danky cellar with two fat, unwashed bodyguards wearing leather jerkins with spiked clubs on their shoulder, protecting the entrance, which is also the only exit.
Suddenly I'm a lot happier that Ur is there.
Sorry?
Suddenly I'm a lot happier that Ur came along.
Yeah. No, don't worry, these men are for your protection also. So anyway, the cellar is lit by a single oil lamp hanging off a nail in a piece of fucking wood. The man is wearing... He doesn't look rich. He's wearing a simple linen shirt and simple brown, like beige linen pants, and I want to say a spiky hat, but that makes no sense. It's just imagine like a Robin Hood cap from the Men in Tights.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he mentions that, he might know something, but there's the matter of the client-customer privilege to take care of. And such a privilege can be possibly revoked for a nice and tidy sum of 100 crowns. Or perhaps if you were to deliver some rare and exceptional goods to him. Now, this is the part where you can come in persuading. I thought this was more interesting than just you finding the guy that goes like, oh yeah! If you know what I mean.
How many people were in the room other than the talky dude and Samum and I?
So there's the merchant, and there's two guys, obviously the bouncers or bodyguards, or however you want to call them, who reek of stale sweat, and low intelligence.
How do you reek of low intelligence?
I was about to ask.
I have a very mean joke, but I'll just point it out next time I smell it.
Well,
I was like, oh, of course you wouldn't know. I'm sorry. No, not the death case. Ah!
right.
I'm kidding, no.
Of course, my good man, I understand, but cold hard cash is so unrefined. You know, men of business such as you and I have a better way of doing this. I mean, surely
if you think what I think you mean, I don't swing that way.
No, my good man. I mean, surely if you think about this for a while. I have just joined a new guild. We are going to go out, hunt monsters, kill things, go into dungeons. I'm going to acquire few things that I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need to liquidate certain assets. I can make sure you get exclusives. I can even make sure that most things that end up in the guild hall, from monster slaying, from treasure runs, go through you.
What's the name of the guild?
Dragon Slayer.
Don't remember.
Dragon Slayers. Maybe you've heard of them. Really
Nope.
big up and
Never
coming
heard.
guild.
Come back when you're in the Black League Explorers or Black Moon Explorers.
Oh please. They intend to go to the moon. How many monsters are they gonna kill there? You know, just a few days ago, we killed a griffin.
Yeah? What do you have to show for it?
Well, currently my colleague have all the feathers. He's using them as magical reagents to quicken his spells. But I can assure you, more things are coming. Also, as a side note, we're trying to actually look and help one of your, I can assume, bigger clients, since he is, from what I've understood, moved quite a lot. Having him found intact to be able to keep up your good business practice would be in your best interest as well.
Man's also part of the guild.
Well, Jason brought good business. I'll give you a discount. Roll haggle, and you can use +1 to add an asset.
Woohoo.
And the amount of successes or difficulties you overcome will amount to the multiplied by 10% total discount you get. Did you follow that?
Yes.
Cool. I'm more happy that I was able to explain. Like, yeah, it made sense.
Cool. So, no bonuses. And haggle. So
You'd be a difficulty of 6, so that's 60%.
Wait, how did you get it to 6? Oh yeah, that's how. Trained, assets, and to an effort. Yeah, makes perfect sense. So 60%, so it brings the price down to 40 crowns.
I can totally live with that.
Do you need cash?
No, I have 316 crowns, so I can survive minus 40.
You guys.
Just for the sake of sanity, I'm gonna start taking some notes. So what has been accomplished today? Whoa. That's not what I wanted to do. No. Yes. Okay. Notes. Death Star did Ether assess and you guys, yeah. So, if did I forget something? Because as far as I have my notes right now, it's that they've started research on the heart of Lotan, and then Ur got a new sword. Is that all we've done to date?
No,
Yep.
I did research on Nightwalt as well.
Yeah.
And we're finding out more about Jason, or where Jason might be.
Right. That was the thing we're doing now. I think Zol fell asleep. It looks like Zol fell asleep at least.
No, my back is aching.
Ah.
The cat is calling you weak.
No.
No, it's not.
No, this is a nice cat.
He's
Even
just
if he is...
hungry.
Like his namesake.
Oh. Okay, so did you pay?
Yes.
Okay, so what did you want to know? Or what was the thing?
Well, I'm looking for Jason or clues for like his whereabouts.
Since he's gone missing.
Yeah, since he's gone missing.
Okay, the merchant goes like, well, I didn't know he was missing. But, yeah, I mean, Jason, yeah, he was one of the best customers I've had. I mean, just recently, so he bought some necromancy ingredients, and, that's illegal stuff. Interesting. I don't ask, but maybe that will give you some clue as to how he was doing. And, right, and another thing, he bought a teleportation stone. It's not as rare, but maybe he used it to get somewhere?
Is this a stone that takes you to a specific place, or anywhere you want?
Anywhere within the Daylands.
Well, that is interesting.
Let's go rob a bank.
Okay.
Well, I mean, of course, as long as there's no magical protection. Just think hard about the place and activate the stone, and you might be there.
Right.
Can you get back?
That's up to you.
Well, that might explain how he disappeared without a trace. Thank you, my good man. And the next time I come across some magical reagents I want to move, I know where to go.
Yeah. And if I hear you pawn your stuff at some other merchants, Bonk and Clonk over there will come over to your place and have a word.
Bonk and clonk.
It's both their name and job description.
Can I Can I size them up just to get their level between 3 and 5 or 8 and 10 or something, just to I think these guys are a threat?
Their physical prowess is exponentially reversely proportionate to their IQ.
So they're pretty tough.
They're also stupid, very, very dumb.
Yeah.
They don't know when to quit.
But you see, that's a problem. If they're too stupid, you can't actually fool them because they're so dumb. They won't understand to be tricked.
Anyway, they're burly men, They're fat-ish, but it's the kind of fat that has muscle underneath. It's like, they move swiftly and without problems. So you don't want to get punched by one of those. But you could probably avoid it.
Mm.
No, they're tough guys.
Yeah. Okay. I shrug, I guess, more than I would if they seem like weak, I would have probably sniggered or laughed. But if they look like they could actually be trouble, I would be like, oh well. Not even 24 hours ago, I thought I was up against a demon of Lotan.
He destroyed your sword and then you ran away.
That I did.
Yeah, but he was up against one and survived.
That he did.
It's all how you spin it.
Yeah, that's your job. So it is all a matter of perspective, truly.
But yeah, so I guess we leave the place, and I was like, oh, I guess that could be an explanation as to how he got away.
Yeah. You. I mean, it was really bad if he was faking his own death. If he went in there to like teleport away and then maybe the burning was a side effect. Wonder if those teleport stones like cause fire to where they are activated.